18 years ago, when my daughter Claire was 3 and I was pregnant with my son Jack, I was living my dream life. I was a happily married pediatrician and mom. Then, out of nowhere, life pulled the rug right out from under me and thrust me into a 10-year nightmare with multiple chemical sensitivities. Imagine my horror when I realized that nothing I'd learned in 20 years of medical training could explain what was going on in my body or offer any hope for recovery. How could that be? I was not willing to be sick the rest of my life, so I searched for answers, made all the lifestyle changes, detoxed, and regularly saw several alternative practitioners. Despite my efforts, within a few years I was so sick that I made the gut-wrenching decision to leave my medical practice. My illness changed me in ways that traumatized me, my husband, and our kids. I watched all the dreams I had for my family go down the drain. I had to miss out on all the great adventures they went on and settle for simply hearing about the fun they'd had. There were many times I was so overwhelmed with despair that I wondered if life was worth living. I did everything my practitioners asked me to do, so why did I keep getting worse? And why are so many of your motivated clients not making the progress you'd expect given the protocols they've followed? Einstein famously said, "You can't solve a problem with the same thinking that created it." I had radically changed my conscious thinking, but I was clueless that my subconscious mind was running the show. I knew nothing about the limiting beliefs we all form in childhood, and that mine were constantly triggering me into fight or flight. My beliefs were acting like gasoline on the fire of inflammation burning in my body and were preventing me from healing. The practitioners trying to help me didn't understand this any better than I did. In general, our culture doesn't recognize the power of the mind and therefore doesn't teach us to weed out unhealthy thoughts and cultivate healthy ones. I wasn't taught anywhere that my internal beliefs about who I am, what I deserve, and what makes me good enough or lovable create an invisible filter through which I view and interpret every experience I have. I wasn't taught that with each experience, my filter determines my thoughts determine my emotions determine if my actions will be empowering or disempowering, and my actions create my next experience. I certainly wasn't taught to recognize this powerful cycle and develop skill in using it to restore my health. But 9 years ago, I stumbled upon a program that clued me in and taught me how to change my subconscious mind. Once I became aware of my faulty beliefs and addressed them, all of the things I'd been doing so right for over a decade were finally able to get some traction. I started to heal. As I got healthier, I was excited that our family could begin to thrive again. But by then, my husband's health was going in the wrong direction. He'd seen my success and really tried to improve his health, but he kept falling back into old habits because he was certain that food was his only joy in life, that it was not safe to say no to people, and that he could get fired any day and be unable to pay our bills. 3 years ago, just as our kids were starting college and high school, he lost his internal battle and took his own life. My family and my clients have shown me just how many ways our minds can trip us up in our healing process, and how important it is that we as practitioners support our clients in changing their minds while we help them change their bodies. If we don't, then we're complicit in the epidemic of chronic illness that's destroying dreams and devastating families. You don't have to become an expert at helping your clients do the work of examining and shifting their beliefs, but you do have to become an expert at recognizing when their beliefs are keeping them sick. When your ear is tuned to hear the disempowering commands in the language they use, when you can feel the shift in their energy when they've been triggered into fight or flight, and when you look at the world through their eyes to identify the hurdles their limiting beliefs have placed in their way, you'll easily recognize which clients need help changing their mind. Then you, a health coach or a mind expert like me, can help them change their mind to create new and empowering beliefs that lead to the thoughts, emotions, and actions that will transform their lives. Getting our clients' minds and bodies working for them instead of against them is the future of health.